He bids you then resign your crown and kingdom, indirectly held from him, the native and true challenger.
Or else, what follows?
Bloody constraint.
Alright, welcome everybody to another BDA Film Analysis. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Errol Spence Jr. vs Lamont Peterson fight. It will be taking place somewhere around early 2018, so might as well get started now and take a look at that one. The reason why I'm looking at this fight is because I think it's going to be very entertaining. On the one hand, Errol Spence is the heir apparent. Everybody seems to think that he's going to be the next big fighter, pound for pound, or at least the best welterweight out there, and he certainly has shown that he has a lot of promise by going over to England and beating Kell Brook in his hometown. Lamont Peterson, on the other hand, for a while he was in a similar position to Spence about 10 years ago. He was undefeated, he had a bright future ahead of him, and although things didn't quite pan out the way most of us expected them to for him, he's had a pretty good career nonetheless. He's fought everybody out there, a lot of good guys, Timothy Bradley, Victor Ortiz, Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse, the list goes on, and Amir Khan. So he's never given anybody an easy fight, except for Lucas Matisse, but that was mostly because he got caught and stopped. But other than that, he gives very solid performances. So we're gonna take a look at Lamont Peterson right now. And we're gonna stick to the basics. We're gonna look at it, the attacks, best punches, footwork, defense, and some of the weaknesses. Otherwise, if we go too much in depth, we're gonna be here for about an hour or something. So we don't want that. We want to keep it short and sweet. We don't want to bore anybody. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So right away, the thing that I admire the most about Peterson is his inside work, his inside fighting, and his body punches. I mean, it's all the same thing. I'm just reiterating here. For a while now, since he started his career, Lamont and his brother Anthony are some of the best body punchers in the game, and we're gonna take a look at that body work right now. Alright, so here we go. See, left hooks. The thing I love about Lamont Peterson's body shots is like that, nice short hooks. He goes up and down. He can hit with either hand to the body. Look at that. Look at the leverage he gets on those shots. He holds Amir Khan with his left hand and then whacks him with the right hand. Body shots, look at that. He's trying to punch through the body. It's like he's slashing through the body, trying to get at that kidney. Look at that left hook. I mean, I don't want to rewind too much, otherwise, like I said, we're gonna be here for too long. But look at this. So he loads up, whack right behind the elbow, right in the. That's got to be right near the kidney. I'm surprised Amir Khan was able to take that shot. See there, left hook, he prevented Khan from circling away. And you can see the thing that is that Lamont, by looking at his record, Lamont Peterson isn't a big puncher, not a big knockout puncher, but he keeps guys honest and on the outside with those body punches, because you can tell with the leverage he's getting. Look at that. All right, he might not stop you with one shot to the body or to the head, but I'm pretty sure he's making guys piss blood the next day. And look, I love how he mixes up the shots to both sides. He works both sides of the body, and he mixes it shots upstairs as well to keep guys confused. Look at that nice short. For anybody out there that wants to know how to throw good body punches, this is standard. Look at this. He opens it up just a tiny little bit and whang, turns the body over. That's the thing about Lamont Peterson's body shots, and anybody that's a good. See there, I didn't like those body shots too much, but he's, what was it, 11 round, a little tired. So he's just trying to whack the body any way he can. The correct way to throw a body punch is what Lamont Peterson is doing here. It's all hips, it's all upper body, just turning the body, opening up the hands a little bit, lifting the elbows a little bit, and then turning them over and getting those body shots. And here's against Victor Ortiz. Big Victor Ortiz at 140 pounds. Really looks like a junior middleweight there. But that didn't stop Peterson from throwing body shots. And look at, see there, he was whacking the body pretty well. So here's Ortiz holding, and Peterson says, nah, I'm still gonna throw. We're gonna take a look at that later on, about how even if you hold Peterson, he's still gonna whack you to the body. So he gets some nice hooks behind the guard, goes upstairs. Ortiz jumps in and gets real close to try to smother those body shots. He wants no part of those body shots. Neither did Canelo hold. And one of the few guys that Peterson, one of the few top guys that Peterson has been able to stop. Look at that body shot. Again, I don't want to rewind too much, but I love body shots. And Peterson is one of my favorite fighters because of that. So he throws a right hand, and he shifts all his weight towards his left, right? So what does he do? Well, he's got all his weight on the left. Might as well throw a body shot. Put all that extra weight back. And oof, you see Canelo hold there. See how he languishes on the ropes there? And then he clinches. That shot hurt. And now look at his elbows, not tucked in, but Peterson still landing those body shots. Here he is against Felix Diaz Jr., gold medalist. And this is what he's going to be looking at, Peterson. He's going to be looking at the southpaw, but that doesn't stop him from throwing those left hooks to the body, or those short right hooks or an uppercut. Look at that. See again. See, it's all. See how his right hand. Look at the mouse. See this right hand pinned to his glove. He just dips down and turns his body upward. Nice short compact uppercut, and then he goes upstairs. Here, left hooks, just more hooks. Again, if you guys want to slow it down at home, put it in slow motion. I suggest you do that to really see and appreciate the beauty of these body shots. And there, Diaz trying to get out, but Peterson stops him dead with those body shots. Relentless to the body, really. This is what wins fights for Peterson. And he's going to be going up against a guy that's just as good as he is, if not better, at body shots. Here he is against Timothy Bradley. Again, beautiful display of short, compact hooks. And it was after this, Timothy Bradley was doing well on the outside in the early rounds. He actually dropped Peterson. And then Peterson went into overdrive and tried to beat Bradley's ass with those body shots. And Bradley, for the first, when Peterson started doing that, Bradley tried to stay on the inside. Oof, look at that body shot. Bradley tried to stay on the inside for 2 rounds, and then Joel Diaz, his former trainer, told him, stop doing it and box him. And that's what Bradley did, and went on to outbox Peterson. But look at his body shot. Ooh. Doubles Bradley over. Nice short comp, and then he follows it up with a right to the body and a right upstairs. Let's keep watching. Look at these hooks, man. I mean, again, it's... Whoa, look at that. Against Danny Garcia here, he lost that fight. He tried to box Garcia in the early rounds, but later on in the late rounds, he finally decided to rely on his bread and butter, which is those body shots. They're nice and compact, right underneath. Let's look at that one last body shot. Oof. Well, not the perfect hook, but hey, can't always get him right. And again, here, assaults. This is just a compilation of how he's able to go up and down. Sorry, gotta rewind that shit. How he's able to go up and down. And look at that. Now, sometimes, this is what I love. He mixes in small body shots. Look at that. Fuck. 6 left hooks in sequence. And here he goes up, down, overhand rights, working both sides of the body. Look at that. I mean, just beautiful body work. Look at that. And then that's the thing I love. He'll mix up. Oh shit! I gotta rewind that because I don't want you to miss. He'll mix in hooks, and then uppercuts. So there he goes to the body, then goes upstairs twice. But he's not just going hook upstairs, hook downstairs. He's mixing in uppercuts. Look at it. Left hook upstairs, downstairs, uppercut upstairs with a right, and then he continues working even though he's being clinched. And oh, look at that nice short left hook. Amir Khan really couldn't. And I love this sequence. Again, I don't want to rewind too much, but overhand right, boom. Then Khan pivots. Peterson whacks him to the body, to the belt line. And then right upstairs and a right uppercut. Just outworking guys on the inside. And there, never lets up. Never lets up. He gets you on the ropes. You better get out of there. or hope that you can fight just as well, or if not better. On this, look at a beautiful pivot, and still, you know, this is what Peterson does. Look at that. He uses his hand to hold and then whacks him again. Again, Peterson is a veteran, and he knows how to fight on the inside. He knows a couple of dirty tricks to keep guys in place, so he can whack him with those body shots. Look at that, triple left hook. Boom, boom, boom. Short right hands, using his hands to hold guys in place or push them back. Crowd going nuts over in DC. They love what they're watching. So this is just relentless Peterson. When he gets going, like right here, look at that. Combination, breaking through the guard and stops hold. And against Felix Diaz, again, like I said, southpaw, this is what Peterson's gonna want to do against Spence. Mixing body shots, mixing shots upstairs, but never forgetting to go to the body. Again, they always say, you right, kill the head, kill the body, the head will follow, because guys don't if you whack guys to the body and those shots hurt, well, then they're gonna be covering up downstairs, and that's when you go upstairs, obviously. A lot of people know this already, but if you're new to boxing, it's really just body punching 101. It opens up avenues to the head. And see this? Felix Diaz, this is the 10th round, so after taking body shots, he leaps back, doesn't want to take any more, because that's what Peterson will do to you. Those body shots, they keep everybody honest. Now, when it comes to Peterson's jab, pretty good jab, nice and accurate, doesn't telegraph it, and I really like his jab. I would love to see more, and see he works body shots off of that jab. I'd love to see more jabs from him though. Peterson really doesn't double the jab up, and he doesn't jab. We're gonna take a look at that in the weaknesses, but he keeps that head in the same axis, and he comes forward in a straight line, as does Spence, by the way. When we do the second part of the video, we're gonna look at that. But I would love to see Peterson jab more, but again, he's more of an inside fighter. But I want to show you this sequence in slow-mo. Look at this. He jabs, uppercut, rolls, weaves under the hook, and there he's expecting a right hand that doesn't come, then jumps back in with a hook, ducks the right hand, and see how he rolls here. He rolls because he was expecting a left hook, and then right after the hook wasn't coming, so he expected right, but he was right in position to try and roll with the right hand. Really good stuff from Peterson that we're gonna see later on. We're gonna focus on his defense and how he's been trying in the last couple of years to be more slick. So his jab, again, I said, pretty good jab. I'd love to see him throw more jabs, but it's a nice weapon to mix in between the body shots. As for the right hand, as you can see here, again, a good right hand. Not the best there. When he really throws it right there, when he turns it over into an overhand right, it's got more pop. But he throws it in there to mix guys up. I love this right hand here, by the way. Like I said, look at this, nice compact, opens up a little bit, but it's mostly turning over. The turning of the body that really catches Diaz there with impact. As you can see here, overhand rights, trying to get behind Khan's guard. That's what the overhand right is for, by the way, to get nice bolo punch there. There he threw it like a hook. Look at that. This is with the punch that he's gonna want to throw against Spence, by the way, because Spence keeps his hands up a lot, try and block. Oh, look at that, nice overhand right and drops hold. But he's gonna want to throw these type of overhand rights to try to get behind Spence's guard. When it comes to the left hook, this is really, we already looked at that a little bit when he throws it to the body, but when he throws it upstairs, it's a nice punch to throw, and a lot of people don't throw it against southpaws. They all focus on the right hand, but the left hook, look at that, nice short compact. If he's gonna be on the inside against Spence, which I do expect Peterson to try at some point, he's gonna want to try those short left hooks, and this is what he usually does there, like what he did Peterson. He weaves under, punches and throws a left hook. Although like here against Holt is in the red trunks, by the way. They kind of look alike, both guys. So there he dips down and he throws a hook. He's not afraid to exchange hooks either, Peterson, because he's got confidence in it. And there, see, Diaz trying to pivot away, but Holt stops him in with those nice short hooks. Here he is against Timothy Bradley, there against Garcia. Trading hooks against a hooker, which is you're not supposed to do, but Peterson, again, he has confidence in the position of his hooks. And there, here he is trading against another hooker. Again, didn't really get it flush, but he's got a nice left hook. I prefer when he throws it downstairs. But against the, like I said, southpaw, he's going to need to throw it. And we're going to take a look at why. But first, we're going to take a look at Peterson's 1-2s. Again, his hooks are the best weapon, but once he gets on the outside, he's got a good 1-2. He is a long fighter. Ooh, nice jab downstairs and then right hand upstairs. There, that was a good right hand because he's really putting his weight behind it. A little too open. But now you see, nice hard right hand. Again, he's not the biggest puncher in the world, but as long as he gets that right hand in, that's all that matters. And here we'll get to the crux, the core of what I'm trying to get at. Because against Ortiz, he really tried to box more. He was setting traps and baiting Ortiz and to get him with some counter punches. And we're gonna take a look at that. But the first thing is, see how he throws a 1-2, 3. He follows up his right hands with left hooks and he catches Ortiz. And again, a lot of guys don't want to throw 1-2 3s because it leaves you open, especially against the southpaw. But here, ooh, look at that. 1-2 shifts, boom, left hook, and that hurt Ortiz. And here against Danny Garcia, again, he threw a 1-2 3, hooking against a hooker, or trying to hook against a hooker. Nice little combination there. 1-2 1-1. 4 straight shots it was. Uppercut. Again, we're really just going back to the same thing that we saw when we looked at his assaults, but he's got some good uppercuts. Look at this. Boom, bolo punch, uppercut to the body, uppercuts inside. This is what he's going to want to try to do against Spence. Nice deception there because he feints as if he's about to throw the right, but goes up with a left uppercut. And Kell Brook landed some of those similar punches against Errol Spence, as we're gonna take a look in part 2 sometime next week. But Spence is open for those type of shots, and Peterson's gonna want to mix them up. And look at that, like right there. This is the type of combinations he's gonna want to throw. As for defense, sorry about that. As for defense, Peterson mostly relies on his guard to block punches. See there, he blocks body punches pretty good, as we can see there, pretty well. Look at this, boom. See how he puts his elbow down there, whack. He's a good body puncher, and most of the time the way guys become good body punchers is because they tasted that shot early on in their careers, or in their, when they were young and started boxing. So they go, oh man, that body shot hurt, I want to be a body puncher. And one of the things they learn is, as a body puncher, is to protect that body. And that's why Lamont Peterson here, very good at blocking body shots, really good at blocking most shots. See there, he throws a jab and immediately covers up. Kendall Holt has a nice, very good left hook, and as you can see here, Lamont Peterson covered it up pretty well. And here, nice straight right from Holt. But look at Peterson's glove, you see that? Pinned right to his chin, so he didn't take too much damage from it, even though it sent him back. Holt is a power puncher. But see here, blocking shots very well. The computer's decided to lag on me now. Okay, here we go. So he's pretty good at blocking shots. Against southpaws. Nice covering up, turtle shell defense there. There are some flaws with his defense, as we're gonna take a look later on, but for the most part, he's pretty good at he's got a good defense, Peterson. It works for him. But he doesn't have elite defense. But again, high-level defense when it comes to putting up his hands. Here against Matisse, he was able to cover up pretty well. Again, look at this. See how his right glove pinned to his chin? Again, it didn't help in the end against Matisse, but that's the only fight really where Peterson's been hurt, or badly hurt and stopped, I should say. The upper body movement and the reflexes. Now this is something that Peterson has been trying to work on ever since he lost to Bradley in 2009. He's been trying to become a more flexible, slick fighter, trying to box from the outside more. And here we see him, look at these reflexes. This is against the fast hands of Amir Khan, and Peterson is doing a good job of mixing in his defense, not just blocking, which is good because, as I said before, we're going to take a look at some of the deficiencies of just standing there and blocking shots. See here Peterson making a southpaw like Ortiz missed, and Ortiz does have explosive hand speed and power, and the fact that Peterson was able to make him miss, see they're rolling a little bit with the shots, ducking, nice reflexes, leaning back, weaving against Kendall Holt, weaving again, upper body movement, look at that, reflexes against Felix Diaz Jr. Alright, gotta rewind a little bit. Against Timothy Bradley, he made him miss sometimes, although he spent much of the fight covering up because he couldn't really handle Timothy Bradley's hand speed. But look at this beautiful move right there. I gotta rewind for that one. So see, he's got his hands over Timothy Bradley's own, so he doesn't punch. He pivots away. Bradley throws a left hook. Peterson ducks and then immediately pivots away and tries to attack, or at least uses his left hand to control Bradley, and continues to pivot behind him. So look at that angle. You know, he can't really do much from there, Bradley. Again, good reflexes from Peterson. Here against Danny Garcia, this was a fight where he really tried to put what he'd learned over the past years together, and he tried to outbox Peterson. He made Peterson miss, Garcia. He made Garcia miss, as we can see. Look at that, nice little shuffle there. But he couldn't put the offense together. He couldn't make Garcia pay enough, and it was a close fight. A lot of people thought Peterson won though, but again, closer than it should have been. You know, if he could just put it together. And here again, we're gonna be taking a look at something that I really liked from Peterson in the Ortiz fight, which was using his range and footwork to control Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz got some early knockdowns, but after that, Peterson started using his distance to control Ortiz in and out movement. See here, you see him circling around Ortiz to frustrate him. This is what he's gonna want to do in spots against Spence. If he's not slugging or fighting on the inside, he's gonna want to use his footwork to circle around Spence. Again, Spence, he's a very good fighter, but he, as he showed against the world-class guy in Kell Brook, he can't be hit. And anybody that doesn't have perfect defense, there's always a hope that you can outbox him. And Peterson, although he doesn't have the big right hand that Kell Brook has, he does hit better with both hands. He lets both hands go better than Kell Brook does. And here, look at this beautiful movement. Circles off, pivots away from the ropes. He keeps, see that how he kept Ortiz off balance with his footwork? Look at that. He made him reach. And then, this is what I want him to do. He starts combining the defense with the offense. So we saw how he was able to take little steps back, not panicking, not running. And now see here, takes one step back, boom, overhand right. Here again as well. Again here. Boom. And this is why afterwards, after the two knockdowns, Victor Ortiz didn't land anything significant afterwards. I mean, he landed a couple of punches, but he wasn't as dominant as he was in the early rounds. Why? Because Peterson started to counter him, and it made Ortiz hesitant. Look at that. Look at Peterson's feet. Little step back, puts his weight in the back foot so he can spring back with the right hand. Again, very little wasted movement, and a good investment and a good return in that investment as he lands that right hand. He's gonna want to do this type of stuff again. I don't want to see him go overhand right happy as he did against Ortiz, although it worked. So, but a nice straight right hand and then mix it up. Beautiful move here. I was gonna see in slow motion. Look at that. Jab, step back, uppercut, step back, right hand, left hook downstairs, left hook upstairs, double left hook, and then he pivots away. This, if he can do this for most of the fight against Spence, he has a good shot of outboxing Spence. And I know Spence, as we're gonna take in the second part, he hits harder than Peterson, but he's very predictable in some ways, and I think Peterson is gonna be able to exploit if he fights a controlled fight like he did here. Again, look at these steps, little steps, right hand, little step, and he's always in position to counter. Again, see there, position to counter. Doesn't panic. He's not running away, circling all the time. Well, there he's circling. Nice 1-2 there, and then he follows it up with a left hook. Against Garcia, he tried to do that in spots, but it didn't really work. But see, nice little tap there. The other thing I like about Peterson is this: rolling with the right hand and counter. Again, like I said, ever since he lost to Bradley, he's been trying to get that slickness in there. And some people might be saying, well, oh, nice counter right to the body. Some people might be saying, well, how's he gonna roll against Spence? Spence is a southpaw. You can roll against the southpaw's right. And Spence, as we're gonna take a look in the second part, likes to throw combinations, sometimes end them with that right hook. So Peterson will be able to, he'll have chances to roll with the right hand. Here's what I like about Peterson: even if he's held down, he keeps fighting, he keeps going to the body. He himself can hold guys down and whack them to the body. Again, see here, he uses his hands a la Floyd Mayweather to push guys back. Again, see here, he holds Bradley for a little while and then immediately goes to the body. So again, Peterson is and then a 1-2 pivot and holds Garcia. See again, 1-2 pivots away while holding and whacks him a little bit there with a nice little uppercut. So Peterson, nice hand speed. He's got good stamina as well because of the body punches. He makes investments, and then later on in the fight, if it is a hard fight, at least he got those body shots in. So the other guy is almost as worn down, if not more, than he is. Like I said, good hand speed, good 1-2s from the long range. I want to see him jab more, but it's really the body punching, the uppercuts, the hooks that get the job done for him. Weaknesses, and there are a couple we're going to see here. Take a look at the weaknesses. Hold on. Okay. First, weakness number 1, he leans back too far. See that? He bends his. See that? He bends his back and backwards, obviously, and he's in no position to counter. Look at this. If you do that, again, we're gonna take a look at the slow motion. What can he do here? See, he tried to counter, but there's no power in those shots because he's leaning back. At least he's trying, but again, I don't want to see him do this. But this is a byproduct of a guy who's working on becoming slick, and he still hasn't worked out the kinks. But that again, what we're seeing here against Ortiz and against Khan, that was about 6-7 years ago. So he has improved his slickness. You don't see him leaning back too much anymore. The other thing I don't like though is he dips down, like right there. See how he dips down with his hands up? His chin tucked in, but he's open for this uppercut. And as we're gonna take a look in the second part, when we look at Spence throws nice combinations, nice uppercuts. And see here, he keeps dipping down. There, dips down. He does it when he comes in. And a guy and see, he's getting hit with those uppercuts. A guy like Spence, who's smart, who has good punching power, and who has a good uppercut, he's gonna want to watch out, Peterson. Not do that too much. Another thing I don't like is this. He just walks straight in. Again, like I said, he doesn't jab enough. Sometimes he'll throw one jab, but that's it. But for the most part here, see how he's just walking in, walking forward with his hands up. That's gonna get you hit because a guy, if you're just coming forward, like right here, you're giving a nice professional fighter like Felix Diaz the chance to hit you. He has nothing to worry about. Again, just see, coming forward, gets hit with an uppercut. Here, what I don't like about Peterson, another little weakness, is that he hits and he stays there. He admires his work a little too much. See there? Hand down, he got hit with a right hook. Got hit with an uppercut there. See, boom, he should go. I know, listen, people might say, well, he's supposed to stay in there. He's an inside fighter. But you can be an inside fighter with your hands up. And I know some people might be saying that I might be too demanding of a fighter to fight the perfect defensive fight. Of course, I know there's no such thing as a perfect defensive fight. But this is what separates contenders and champions, really, from all-time greats. The all-time greats go beyond what is necessary, and they're able to maintain good defense for at least 95% of the fight. And Peterson, see there, got caught with a huge left uppercut because he stays there a little bit too much. He languishes on the inside sometimes, and with his hands down. That we already saw. I don't know why I repeated that. But the other thing I don't like about Peterson is he relies too much on that inside fighting and on that guard. And now here's another thing for newbies, for people that just starting to get into boxing. Your defense, your guard, you're supposed to use it as the last resort, your last line of defense. You're not supposed to just stand there in the middle of the ring and allow a guy to get free shots on you, because that's what a good experienced professional fighter is going to do against you. He's just going to tee off on you, and the more you let a guy tee off on you, the more chances are that those punches are going to get through, some of them at least. There's been exceptions. There's been guys like Winky Wright, Dick Tiger, Joshua Claudia, Icorte, who can have a nice guard, a shell, turtle shell defense, or a peekaboo style like Mike Tyson. But even those guys, they mixed in a lot of offense in there so that the guys didn't tee off on them. Because again, we're going to see here examples. See, the guard is breaking. He can't hold for too long against fighters who have good hand speed or professional power. Again, Khan, people say he's not a puncher, but he punches pretty well, man. He's a professional guy. I guess here against Kendall Holt, who has a big left hook, and he's taking some shots. See, those shots are getting around the guard, and this allows also the other problem with having a guard. See how Peterson just, again, walking in, like I said before, but he's just focusing on defense, and Diaz just pivots away off the ropes because Peterson is too focused on keeping that defense up. And again, it allows guys to pivot around him. See, Bradley, not a big puncher, but he's teeing off on him. Garcia teeing off on him and moving around him, pivoting away. And those shots are getting behind the guard. And he's open for, see again, the guard breaking. And he got hurt right there with a right hand. Again, you're giving a guy free shots if you just stand there with your hands up. And Peterson, we know, has good power. Does he have as good power as Matisse and Victor Ortiz? I don't know, but I definitely know it's better than Khan's. And see there, he's staying down there in the turtle shell, and he gets hit with some body shots. He gives him right back, but he got hit. And Spence is a good body puncher. And see here, Felix Diaz, who knows how to fight on the inside, he was able to get combinations, go to the body, straight lefts to the body, like right there. He gets his hooks behind the guard, behind the elbows. And imagine if Felix Diaz was able to do this, what do you think Spence is going to do? Uppercut to the plexus there. So it's going to be imperative for Peterson to mix it in and keep that defense high, keep it tight. Don't languish on the inside too much with your hands down. Again, see there, he's taking short left hands. Look at that. You gotta wonder, man, if he's taking those type of short left hands against Peterson, what's gonna happen against Spence? I mean, against Diaz. He's thinking against Diaz. What's gonna happen against Spence? Here's another mistake that I don't like about Peterson, is that he, again, I mentioned it before, he jabs, keeps his head in the same place, and he's always jabbing in a straight line. He doesn't duck, he doesn't change levels, and it allows guys to see him coming, and they know where the head's gonna be, and they counter him like that. See, he gets hit with right hands because they know where the head's gonna be as he's coming in. So either double the jab up or change levels when you're jabbing in, which Peterson doesn't even do enough of jabbing. And here you see against Matisse, and against Matisse, he had to pay the price because Matisse is a bona fide puncher. Again, another thing I don't like about Peterson is he tends to follow guys. Now, he did a good job of cutting the ring off against Holt. He learned how to cut off the ring there. But against Khan, he was following him around too much. And I don't expect Spence to be fighting from afar and box Peterson. Although you never know. Maybe Spence decides that he wants to show people he's got multiple dimensions. But it's either following too much and he got caught. Against Ortiz, following. Now here's the thing, another little weakness from Peterson is And you know, this happens to guys sometimes because he has fought again, like Amir Khan. He's a fast guy and it's hard to gauge his speed within the first 3 rounds. It takes a little getting used to. But Peterson tends to get caught and dropped within the first 3 rounds. He got dropped twice against Khan in the first round. And here he was a little more off balance than anything. I mean, he did get caught with that little right hand, but it's mostly the speed that surprised him. And we're going to take a look at his Victor Ortiz as well. In the 3rd round, he gets dropped. Again, a little off balance. That wasn't off balance right there. He got hit with a big left hand. And of course, against Matisse. Again, here against Matisse, it wasn't really his fault because he just got caught with a shot to the forehead. And Matisse has a type of power that he hits you on the forehead, he's going to drop you. It's just one of the things that happens against big punchers. But we know that Spence is a huge puncher. Can he do this to Peterson? Again, here, look at this. Peterson didn't really do anything wrong. His right hand was about to be placed to block, and he really did end up blocking it, but it was just the angle in which he was in made him get hit on the front, as opposed to the hook wasn't coming from the side as he expected. But then again, he was trading hooks with a hooker, as Al Bernstein always says, and you don't want to do that. Is he gonna find himself in that position? I don't know. Here we're just looking at how he's open for uppercuts. See it here, which I already mentioned before, but he got held a little bit too. Spence likes to hold behind the head, as we're gonna see in the second part of the video. And here he's getting hit with short left hands on the inside. Spence can throw those as well, even though he's got longer arms than Diaz. And there you see him just staying on the ropes, and he hits an uppercut right here, and then he hits another one right there. So again, Peterson, not a perfect fighter. At this point, he's always been as one of the top contenders, and he's stuck there. Even his big win against Amir Khan was controversial, and that was 6 years ago. He's in line for another big win, and this is his chance. He's a veteran. He's going up against a younger fighter who's just almost as good as he is on the inside, if not better. I don't know. We're going to take a look at it in the second part, and who does have better power than Peterson. Peterson, however, he reminds me, he's like the Rocky Logridge of his era. Remember Rocky Logridge? He fought everybody. Juan Laporte, he fought Roger Mayweather, Julio Chavez, Wilfredo Gomez. He fought everybody. He was never in a bad fight. He always gave it his all. And that's what Peterson reminds me of, a guy who puts pressure, body work, and he's trying to learn really how to become more of a boxer. So that was Peterson's strengths, and then we saw that he does have weaknesses that have so far prevented him from being one of the top pound-for-pound fighters out there. We're going to take a look at Spence's strengths and his weaknesses in the second part, which we will be dropping somewhere around next week. Tell us in the comment section, what type of videos you'd like to see. Tell us what we got wrong, what we got right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget we do podcasts on Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time every Saturday. And again, tell us what we got right, what we got wrong. Give us your suggestions, and we'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care.